Rare Pokemon card collectors.
Pokemon, the most successful media franchise of all time. Grossing over $90 billion since its debut in 1996, Pokemon quickly took over the world, adapting to almost every form of consumable content under the sun, including the massively popular Pokemon trading card game. Collecting, playing, and trading Pokemon cards became a staple for kids in the 90s and still remains popular to this day, with extremely rare mint condition cards
100,000!
upwards of $100,000.
I gave my
name's Anthony Padilla.
I gave my Pokemon cards to like some random cousin years ago. I swear I had some good cards. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what he did with them.
And today, I'm going to be sitting down with some of the most dedicated Pokemon card collectors to find out a little bit more about this obsession. What lengths are these card collectors willing to go just to hold a rare Pokemon card in their hands? Is collecting Pokemon cards just a
I need to hold that
nothing
shit.
more than a get-rich-quick scheme and soul-draining addiction? Hey, Jared.
How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Danny.
Hi.
Gary from Pawn Stars.
I'm looking for right in the area of $500,000.
Do you mind if I have someone look at
You had magic cards?
For coming out and teaching us about the
That's pretty cool. I never got into Magic.
Pokemon card collecting.
Pokemon games are way better than
So
cards.
what do you
That's
consider
for
yourself,
sure.
Pokemon card collector or just trading card enthusiast?
Oh.
I'd say maybe like a Pokemon aficionado.
Yeah, Pokemon card collector, pretty much on a higher professional level.
All of the above. I kind of played the card game and watched the anime series and the movies, and then kind of gravitated towards the video games.
Never played
Kinda
the
like
games
whole
though.
package.
So what does being a Pokemon card collector entail?
Well, it means that people laugh at you in middle school. That's for sure.
For me,
Really?
it started in the very beginning of the English release, which was 1999. I was involved in bringing the Japanese Pokemon to this country.
Oh, he's got a stash.
Well, I was involved by getting the Japanese CD promo cards, raw gear, graded by professional graders, and then put on our TV in this country, the Home Shopping Network.
You are getting a complete set of Pokemon cards.
I mean, at the core of Pokemon, their whole motto and everything is gotta catch them all.
You gotta
right?
have
So
every single one.
every single one of them.
Yes.
So a Pokemon card collector is someone who is on an absolute quest to catch them all.
Why did you first
Gotta
start?
get them all, baby STDs.
I kind of like discovered it again as a young adult. I like walked into a comic shop and I saw Pokemon cards. And I was like,
Oh,
I like this.
yes, this is my childhood all over again. I
Yeah.
bought a pack and I was literally hooked.
I got interested along on the business side, and all the kids and everything started going crazy in January 1999, including my kids, my sons, who at the
Yeah.
time were 7 and 8 years old.
Yeah.
It gave me something to do with them. When my
Yeah,
youngest son
Dad.
was, I guess he was about 8 years old, I sent him to bed. We had just opened up a pack and we got our first Charizard. And so I peeked in his bedroom and he was lying on his bed with that Charizard in his hand, just staring at it. His eyes wide open, staring at it.
You son of a bitch.
Get to sleep, Devin.
I'm not falling for it anymore.
So I walked away. The next morning I came in, he was asleep. That card was still in his hand and he was asleep. He wouldn't let it go. And I mean, it's memories like that that just mean.
He ruined the mint condition. Why did you let him sleep with that thing?
I played the card game for 2 years, 1999, 2000.
If it's been a while, I haven't played a game in maybe over like a year and a half, but I was super into it. I loved it. It was
Oh,
what
okay,
brought the cards
yeah.
alive.
If you're into it, you're playing that shit once a week,
Card games,
at
but,
least.
like my nature is not necessarily like super competitive.
And how much do you estimate your entire collection is worth?
I wouldn't give it away for less than $5,000.
$25,000 to $30,000.
5 million.
What?
Cade walks up, says 5 million. I say, let's go get them.
Well, now is the time. Can you show off some of your collection?
Sure can. The first edition PSA cards. These are the ones that are worth a solid $40,000 these days.
So this is $400,000 in your hand right now?
This is $400,000, yes. These are the second run, the Shadowless run, without the first edition stamp. PSA 9 Charizard. These are Shadowless other set cards.
Venusaur, Zapdos,
Yeah.
Raichu, Ninetales, Blast.
That guy just got off the set from Mad Max.
The
this holographic first edition Machamp.
How much do you think that might be worth?
I think when I was looking at it, they said it was close to like 3,000. Found the card on Craigslist, but it was all the way out in Compton, and he tells me to wait for him in this alley behind this liquor store. And so like 45 minutes pass. I looked at the address and I realized that there was another liquor store with an alley behind it across the street.
Of course.
I ended up going across the street into the alley, and the guy was
NPC life.
It was a $3,000 card.
Yep.
How much did you pay for it?
$5.
How did you feel when you held that card in your hand?
I was hyped. I mean, at the time, I was like screaming, dude. I was so excited.
Sometimes Pokemon holds these competitions where people
Poggers!
can submit
Poggers!
Pokemon cards. So they hosted this competition for this Pichu card specifically.
Yeah.
They selected 13 winners, and they only printed those 13 cards, and I own one of the 13.
I traveled to Dallas, Texas to make a
don't know
deal
who's
on
calling
a
me.
card, which was a BGS
It's
Pristine
late.
10 first edition base Charizard, which, to give you an idea, there's 2 in the world.
There's 2 pristine 10s.
I'll be honest, I'm subscribed to Max Mofo Pokemon. I have watched his Pokemon pack openings. They're pretty good. I'll admit. I live my fantasy through him. I don't know who's calling. It's some random number. I don't know what's going on. Did Trump ever announce if he's canceling work? Is work canceled? Are we canceling culturing work? I don't know.
in the world.
And I actually own them both. Okay, this one card by itself is a pristine 10 first edition base. And this one in Dallas, I paid between $80,000 and $100,000 for this one card. There's actually a couple of Japanese trophy cards that I have that are extremely rare. I don't normally advertise it because I don't want people coming after me to buy them.
What's the furthest you've traveled?
I thought he was saying to get
Vietnam.
mugged.
You traveled to Vietnam?
I had a fellow who had known me from there, said there was some kind of a boat accident on the way to Korea or something like that, and they had Pokemon sealed cases, and he wanted to know if I'd be interested. He said that there's quite a bit of water damage in that.
Don't at you. What are you talking about?
Would I be interested? So got right over there.
What is the most rare Pokemon card in existence?
The Pikachu Illustrator card.
This is the Pikachu Illustrator card. It is the most valuable Pokemon card.
There's only probably about like 6 that are still known in existence.
What?
If you have one of those Pokemon illustrators today in
Oh,
mint
damn.
condition, maybe PSA 9, condition in that, those are worth upwards to $150,000. Now, one of my friends, SM Pratt, he owns a couple of them.
You know someone that has more than one of the rarest Pokemon cards in existence.
I know he has had 3 or 4 go through his hands.
How do you think your card collection ranks up there with the most?
You really think they'll be in top 5?
I'd say top
That's
2
crazy.
Probably the top 5%.
No question about this. I have the #1 Pokemon card collection
You have the #1.
That's pretty
Pokemon card
ballsy,
collection
dude.
In the entire world.
in the entire world.
Wow.
And if anybody has anything that touches mine, please get in touch. Please get in touch.
Have you ever been scammed yourself?
I mean, I've had a lot of really rare Pokemon cards I've had stolen from me, which,
People stole your Pokemon cards?
Like I said, it's a cruel world, man. These kids
did
are
they-
ruthless.
There was a case,
Yeah,
6
fuck
boxes
school.
of first edition.
Sorry, I didn't
base
mean that.
Pokemon. I felt the wrapping around it a little bit loose, so I got a little suspicious. So I opened up one box. The top 2
Whoa, what
packs
was that
were what they were
sound?
supposed to be. Under those packs was
Not
Pokemon.
stolen if it
So
was
this
free.
a totally scam case of Pokemon cards.
So you ended up getting your money back?
So I ended up getting my money back.
Do you plan to sell all your cards before you die, or do you hope to pass it on to your family?
100%. If I ever have kids, I'd love to pass it on to my
No,
son
don't do
and-
that.
Or daughter.
Don't.
I'd love to have a daughter that's into Pokemon too.
As of right now, like, I can't see myself getting rid of everything.
Yeah.
There's always going to be some cards
Nah,
that
just sell
have
it all.
either sentimental value to me or like so rare that I would not want to regret getting rid of them.
You're like, bury me with my Pichu Illustrator, please. What do you think the biggest misconception
These
is
guys are
about
hoarders.
Pokemon card collectors?
That you're a nerd. I mean,
Really?
I have a lot of people that I feel like I show them my card collection and then they look at me different. I'm like, because I was just completely open. I would like play Pokemon like in school, talk about Pokemon. Yeah, I was just a Pokemon nerd. It kind of gave me a little reputation.
Max Mofo wants to
Yeah.
know what your biggest regret is.
My boy.
In the very, very beginning, I sold a ton of
My man.
expensive for the time cards that went on to become icons today.
So my brother and I collected, we collected with all of our friends for years. When we grew out of it, we took all of our cards, including a lot
I really wish he would have got Max Mofo on this interview. That would have been so good.
of the rarest cards, and we sold them in a garage sale for $5.
What?
We wanted them out.
Not stealing my friend's rare Charizard that he had.
You should have committed a crime.
I should have. Subscribe to Anthony Padilla. It's like pulling out an ancient meal.
It's like pulling out.
Oh.
You got 5 seconds to
You know what? I know why he wasn't on it. It's because he lives in Australia. I don't think
shout
he
out
really leaves the
anything you
country
want
that much.
Directly in the camera. Go.
Yo, guys, go ahead and follow Super Duper Danny on YouTube.
I can't believe I'm addicted to this.